What's up, people? It's your girl Adeola. How can soldiers pluck out someone's eye? Because he stopped them from killing a civilian. My people, this is Segun Niekerk, a road safety official who was driving by and he saw soldiers beating a civilian to the point of death, and he knew that if he didn't intervene that they would kill the man. So he stopped his car, he got out and he begged the soldiers to leave the civilian, only for them to start beating him as well. Nevertheless, he managed to save the civilian and he took the man to the nearest police station. I wish that the story ended there, but Segun decided to take the policeman to the scene of the incident, not knowing that the soldiers had gotten drunk at a nearby beer parlor, and once they saw him, they descended on him, they beat him up, and guess what? They plucked out his right eye. Now this picture is graphic. If you cannot look at it, please look away now. But my people, this is Segun's face. When the soldiers tried to escape after they plucked out his eye, the bystanders that were there apprehended them and they took them to the police station. First of all, why was Segun the only one to rescue the civilian? I'm sure that they were bystanders. Why didn't they help? Second of all, I thought he went back with policemen. What were the policemen doing when soldiers were plucking out Segun's eye? And why did the bystanders wait until they plucked out his eye before they apprehended the soldiers? I have way too many questions. And this is not the first time the soldiers would harass or even kill civilians in Nigeria. Not long ago, a lawyer was beaten mercilessly by soldiers after they wrecked his car. In fact, they wanted to kill him, all because they were causing a holdup and he asked them to please move to the side of the road and they started chasing him. As I'm speaking right now, the soldiers that blinded Segun, they've been released. All they did was call their commandant and he bailed them out. You think anything would happen to them? I don't think so. And this is not right. How does a society function this way when soldiers are above the law? Soldiers that are supposed to protect the people, they are the ones oppressing the people. Boko Haram is there kidnapping girls, killing people anyhow, releasing videos, and soldiers are busy plucking the eye of a civilian. I'm not saying that all Nigerian soldiers are like this. There are so many soldiers that have laid down their lives for our security in Nigeria, and there are those that would never ever get involved in things like this. So yes, we have soldiers with dignity in Nigeria. At the same time, we cannot overlook the fact that there are so many soldiers in Nigeria that are harassing the people, especially on the road. You don't even have to make a mistake. And the sad thing is, we can continue to expect behaviors like this from soldiers until we realize and accept that there is something fundamentally wrong with how our soldiers are being trained.
Move it, move it, move it, move it. Swim, swim, swim. Enter, enter. Somewhere Nyash.
What was that? Seriously, what's that?
No. No. This is why they don't difference. When they come to us, all of them nobody people.
What is this? Of course, I don't know all that their training entails, and I don't even know half of it. I won't pretend like I do. But how can this be part of training? In another video, they were slapping each other.
General, show him how to show him the general. Aha! You don't know. Say general.
Stop shaking the village.
Ah, wait. General, show him.
Che, Oluwagbami.
Put something.
Hey, why wouldn't they be mad all the time if this is the kind of training they have to go through? When I posted the first video on my Facebook page, someone said, oh, that's how all soldiers are trained all over the world, even in America. I was like, what? Is that true? Do you have videos from basic training in the US?
United States Army basic training. Training is physically rigorous and mentally challenging. You will be instructed on first aid, radio communication, map reading.
The Army has computerized training aids and other high-tech training devices to help you shoot accurately.
Thank you. First of all, no drill sergeant in the US is allowed to lay hands on you, as in to beat you. They can only shout at you, they can scream at you, but they cannot beat you. Look for something else. Thank you. Even this is still different from the first video I played. I still don't see anyone beating them with koboko, do you? And it's not just America. These are South Korean soldiers learning to defend themselves in case they have no access to guns. focus on tactics and intelligence and using latest technology to overcome terrorism instead of harassing people and calling it training. All the years that I've lived in America, I've never heard of a soldier beating civilians like they do in Nigeria. And if that should happen, the soldier would face the law. When you see soldiers here, you feel a sense of security, a sense of safety. But back home, you see a soldier and you're already afraid, even without doing anything wrong. Once again, not all soldiers are like this, and I'd like to appreciate all the good soldiers and also express my condolences to those who have lost their loved ones in the Nigerian army. However, if we continue to let soldiers do what they want and get away with it, today it happened to Segun, tomorrow it could be you. It could happen to anybody. But you guys know I don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. So I was really heartbroken last week when I heard that the government of Ethiopia was once again using policemen to kill and harass Oromo and Amhara protesters. At least 100 people were killed that weekend and thousands of protesters were arrested. And I asked myself, for how long? For how long will this go on in Ethiopia? As you know, the government is trying to expand the capital city, Addis Ababa, so they are driving out the Oromo people and the Amharas. They are taking their lands, they are forcing them out. And you know they've been protesting since last year. In fact, between November and last month, Human Rights Watch said that the government of Ethiopia had killed at least 400 protesters, 400 of their own citizens. Honestly, tribal and religious issues have caused Africans more headache than anything else. When they started protesting again this month, the government shut down the internet completely so that the world would not know what's happening in Ethiopia. They didn't want people uploading pictures and videos, and also so that the people would not be able to mobilize themselves via social media in order to come out to protest. Can you imagine that they are still shutting down internet in 2016? But unfortunately for them, video still got out.
Protesters chanted anti-government slogans and waved dissident flags. Some demanded the release of jailed opposition politicians. The state-owned Ethiopian news agency says, quote, illegal protests by anti-peace forces has been brought under control. It did not mention casualties.
These are some of the things the government of Ethiopia doesn't want you to see.
Wayde ገደሉት
Just imagine that. Now more than 500 people have been killed. An Ethiopian wrote me and said that those people that were arrested are taken to torture camps. I was like, torture camps? Because they protested? They are being tortured at a camp? This is happening in Ethiopia in 2016. Yes, they will tell us that there is freedom in Ethiopia. I still don't understand why the party in power enjoys killing its own people. That is the Tigrayan People's Liberation Front, TPLF. Ironically, the Tigrayans are the minority in Ethiopia. They're about 6% of the population. They are the minorities, but they hold key political appointments. I just don't understand why they feel the need to harass, torture, arrest, kill people of other tribes. There's no reason why all these tribes cannot live in peace. It's very obvious that the TPLF is doing this just so that they can be the ones in power at all costs, just so that they can remain in control by all means necessary. But the question is, for how long can you sustain this? And to what end? Exactly who benefits from this? And how do you think that the world of your children and your grandchildren will be like because of the things that you're doing today? Is this sustainable? For those that may not know, this political party TPLF has been in power for more than 20 years. And everybody knows that even though the present president is from the Oromo tribe, he's like a puppet in the hands of the Tigrayans because they were the ones that put him in power. And their political party is still the one reigning. The truth of the matter is, someday TPLF would be overthrown. Whether they like it or not, TPLF will someday be overthrown. But then there will be another war because people will be trying to take revenge for the things that has been done by TPLF. So to all those that have lost their loved ones in Ethiopia during this protest, please accept my condolences and please don't relent, don't stop. Someday there will be freedom in Ethiopia, whether they want it or not. But you guys know I don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. So, a huge shout out to all my African brothers and sisters making us proud at the Olympics 2016. Yes, so first of all, Ethiopian Almaz Ayana broke world record when she won gold for the 10,000 meter race. Seriously, when it comes to running, Ethiopians do not play. They don't play, Ethiopians and Kenyans. Of course, Jemima Sumgong from Kenya won gold for the marathon. And once again, David Rudisha of Kenya won gold in the 800 meter race. Let's not forget about the 400 meter race that everyone has been talking about, won by South African and Wayde fan Niekerk. My South African brother is currently world record holder, world champion, as well as Olympic champion in the 400 meters. Yes, so kudos to him. And Chad Leclerc, also from South Africa, won 2 silver medals. He even tied in second place with Michael Phelps. What? In the 100-meter butterfly stroke. And another South African, that is Cameron van den Berg, won silver in the men's 100-meter breaststroke. Yes, so wait a minute. By the way, what happened to Nigeria? You mean South Africa, Kenya, and Ethiopia are the only African countries that won gold? Huh? What happened to Nigeria of Africa? Nigeria. Oh, I forgot. My bad. We believe in prayers. Yes, we think we can just show up and pray and we'll beat everybody else that has been practicing for years in our duel. God is not partial, my people. I beg. Heaven helps those who help themselves. Having said that, our football team really tried. They really tried their best, despite all the drama that happened with the sports minister. That man, they need to fire him.
Our under-23 team suffering in United States of Nigeria.
Get out! That's already last week. Anyway.
You know, we have 2 Olympics this year. 2016 Olympics is going on in Rio. The second Olympics is going on in the media in Nigeria with only 1 athlete, Solomon Dalung. So it's understandable.
Seriously, they need to fire that man. Unfortunately, we didn't win gold this year. You know, Johnny beat us in the semi-finals. But we won bronze, so thank God we tried. A quick shout out to the South African women's football team. Even though they've been sent home, they really tried their best. And of course, the Senegalese women's basketball team. They are the only African female basketball team at the Olympics. Just imagine that. They really tried their best. Also, for the first time in 26 years, the Mighty Warriors of Zimbabwe, that is the female football team, they became the first team to represent Zimbabwe at the Olympics in a team sport. These ladies tried their best, even though they didn't win any of their group matches, but at least they represented, you know. The only thing that troubled me and shocked me was reading that upon their return to Zimbabwe, they were abandoned. I was like, what? How is that possible? There was no official at the airport to welcome them back, no crowd. They had to rent a school bus hired by the Olympics Committee of Zimbabwe from the airport to an inn. And then I heard that they even denied them entry at the local Zifa Lodge. They denied them entry. I was like, what the heck? Well-wishers were the ones that brought them lunch. I was like, whoa, these are people that's coming from the Olympics. Wait a minute. They were each given $1 and told to go home and relax. What? Whoa, no, this cannot be right. $1. The devil is a liar. I think I found another story, another website. Mighty Warriors given $5 each on arrival. $5? Mighty Warriors giving $5 on arrival. $5. Zimbabwe, how you come to do me like this? Get me, Mr. President. It's Robert Mugabe. Never mind. He doesn't know what is going on. I thought I read somewhere that the Zimbabwe Football Association promised them $1,000 each. And I saw that and I was shocked. I was like, what? That's it? 1,000? Now it's $5. Haba. What did the president of the Zimbabwe Football Association, what did he say about this?
So I want to put it on record that the question of my benevolence should not be abused whenever there is an opportunity for people to associate me with their ills.
Chai.
It was after they'd finished their business with Zoko. So whatever you are hearing has nothing to do with Zifa or me or my administration. We have money which will be distributed next week.
Chai, next week. Hopefully they do so, but it's just $1,000.
Zifa did not associate or is not to be associated with what is being peddled around by mischievous and malicious people.
What is this? Zimbabwe, you can do better than this. See, honestly, I'm tired of the fact that we Africans, we don't take the Olympics seriously. We don't. In fact, there are so many sports at the Olympics with no African representation. We're so talented in Africa, but we don't prepare or plan. And of course, our officials don't take this seriously. Other countries have been training athletes since they were kids. Few days to the Olympics, Nigerian soccer team didn't even know how to get to the Olympics. And it's not only that we wait until it's too late to start practicing, but if you are talented and you don't know anybody at the top, you may never be selected to represent your country. Quick shout out though to Simone Manuel, the first African-American woman to ever win gold in swimming contest at the Olympics. Yes, shout out to you, my sister. And of course, my girls, you know, Simone Biles and Gabby Douglas representing black women. Yes, we can. And of course, let's not forget Nigerian sprinter Divine Oduduru. I left the best for the last. He came second in the 100 meters heat. He was only beaten by Usain Bolt of Jamaica. I said, go brother, yes! No offense to my Jamaican friends, you know, I'm very, very proud of Usain, but I said to myself, if only this guy could be, you know, as tall as Usain, if he could have long legs like Usain Bolt, he will beat Usain.
I'm happy because I never expected it. But God gave it to me.
Check your father.
Because I'm ready to run into the light because I have a black man blood in me. And African people, we are born great. I'm ready for it.
Your father! I'm so sorry, my people. Please, I really apologize, my people. What do you get? I don't know. What do you get in making fun of people? I don't know. That's an old video of Divine. That was like 2013. See your life. At 19, this guy is already a 5-time African junior champion. Not only that, he's also the 2014 world silver medalist in the 200-meter race. And then he came second to Usain Bolt, the man that is known as undefeatable. This guy came second to him. And you are making fun. So what have you done with your own life? What do you do apart from to edit skipping it through? Tell me what you do. You should be ashamed of yourself.
So how are you going to prepare for the final? What will you do now?
The final will be a deadly day. It's going to be either both of us going to die on the line.
Hey, Koledowo, you are looking for my trouble. You are looking for my karate. I'm going to fire you. This is your last warning. I'm going to fire you. You want them to cancel my show? And Divine, in case you are watching, my brother, I beg, no vex. Unfortunately, my brother Divine came 7th in the semi-final. We were all praying for him, but I said maybe he was jet-lagged because, you know, the race was at 2 a.m. Nigerian time. So maybe he was still a little jet-lagged. If not for that, I'm sure the guy would have beaten Usain Bolt. Nevertheless, he made us proud. And I'm sure that in the next Olympics, he will bring gold.
I remain Stephen Gold, the African blood man. That is me. I will get the #1 for sure.
You guys not doing much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. And for the rapid news of the week, Egyptian state-owned TV has suspended 8 female anchors claiming that they're overweight. They've been asked to lose weight in 1 month if they want to come back. I was like, since when is it about how you look? I thought it's about who can do the job. Imagine somebody telling me that I'm overweight, I cannot do keeping it true. Hey, they will see my karate move, eh? And then Ghana is now pumping oil from a second field. I am so happy for you, Ghana. You know, do well, my Charlie brothers. Eh? Hopefully you manage it well. Don't be like Nigeria. Please, don't let it lead to unrest like we're having in Nigeria. And in Senegal, a woman secretly filmed a police officer who asked her for bribe. So she filmed it secretly, but when she posted the video online to expose the police officer, she was fined $250 for bribing a police officer. I was like, Senegal, that's messed up. Seriously, that is messed up. And lastly, in Uganda, there's an uproar. People are upset because each of the 427 members of parliament will be given $44,000 for them to buy a luxurious car. So Ugandans are upset. I say Ugandans, I'm very proud of you. Making noise over $44,000. I wish Nigerians would wake up because our lawmakers are robbing us of millions of dollars every single year. But you guys not doing much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. So before I leave today, I like to read a couple emails, and the first one is from Olayemi Michael, and he says, "Hi Adeola, the NYSC Batch B in Ohoazara, local government of Ebonyi State, that are working with Council and Development Center have not been paid their state allowance since January of 2016. Wow! But those that are working with private schools and public schools are being paid. Okay, this is very sad because coppers don't have money. The government pays them like ridiculous amount. I don't know why the state is also not paying them. If somebody can help these coppers in Ebonyi State that are working with the Council and Development Center, please pay their salaries. This is August, since January. Please help these coppers." And the last email that I'll be reading is from Abbas Mohammed Gasso. He says, "Hi Adeola, the governor of Taraba State has put us in hardship. More than 80% of the masses cannot afford 2 meals a day. He collected bailout money from the federal government, but he didn't use it to build anything or pay salaries for the past 4 months, and he has never showed any kind of sympathy. Please, as you normally do, I beg you in the name of God, help the people of Taraba." Oh my God, I am so sorry to hear about this. Thank you, Abbas, for letting me know. I hope that the governor would do something. If anybody is watching me that is close to the governor of Taraba State, please tell him that people are hungry. He should pay their salaries because they know that he collected bailout money. What is he doing with the bailout money? And it's not just Taraba State. This is happening in so many states. Someone wrote me from Kwara State that the bailout money given to Kwara State, that Bukola Saraki came to Kwara and he collected the money and went back to Abuja. I'm like, how are people supposed to survive? Why are you letting him get away with all this stuff in Kwara State? It's very, very sad. I hope that anybody that is watching me that is close to the governor of Taraba State will please talk to him because people are hungry. Alright, y'all, that's all the time that I have for emails. Please keep sending your emails to adeola.keepingitreal@gmail.com.
Growing up in Kenya, my sister and I were very close. But like any sisters, we fought a lot. She always got new clothes and I always got hand-me-downs. Now she's putting her children through school in Kenya. We still fight sometimes, especially when I send money for the kids. I tell her, buy some clothes for the younger one, and we both laugh.
With nearly 500,000 locations, our app and online, this is moving money for better.
Alright, y'all, it's been real, and I'm keeping it real right up in here. Until next week, I'm gonna see y'all later. Peace out.